No. Mr. Chism, welcome to the working group. Please state your name for the record and give us your testimony. Thank you for your patience.
Thank you, Chair. Work group. My name is Lennie Chism. I'm a business owner. I like to state for the record, I am not looking for a W-2. That is one of the most interesting things about this hearing today, is that as a business owner, I've already graduated from college. Took many training programs and all those things. So I'm not looking for a W-2, but I am looking to help create W-2s for my community. That is, I know, imperative. If the business solutions for the white community are businesses, then they have to be the same for the black community. Business of America is business. So what I've done over the years is create various businesses, little things here, little things there. So right now I'm manufacturing detergent. Simple. How many of you buy your detergent from Mincor? The state of Minnesota is required to buy their detergent from Mincor when they look at state, city, state, and county levels. So as a private business, I can't sell the same thing that I buy from the store to anyone at this level. And so I called up Masselman and I said, hey, let's take a look at this. After talking with Senator Champion, I was told that it is a law that the state of Minnesota put in place that private businesses cannot sell detergent to the state because Mincor has the contract. Are we trying to create more work for the prison systems or trying to decrease the number of prisoners? If I'm providing a job, then that's what we need to do. So I said, how can we change it? That's why I'm here. Because ultimately, we have to change some of the laws that have been put in place, regardless of how they might seem good for one entity. I asked the question, I said, do I go to prison to make detergent? No. I'm out here on the street, and I manufacture it. That's an important piece. When you conceive a company, you have to also go in the room and fight the government to sell and create and to sell your products. That's important. The other area that I found that's really interesting is MnDOT. MnDOT, because I'm a business owner, I spend 18.4 cents every time I put a gallon of gas in my tank. I also have to give the state of Minnesota about 28 cents of that money every time I fill my tank. Well, gas is at $1.75, so you guys are making more money. When it's at $4, I don't buy as much at $4. But here comes the real kicker. If MnDOT is getting $500 million a year or more, and black contractors are only getting roughly $500,000, who are they going to hire? So as Rep. Mullery said, we have tried to put in a waiver, to ask the basic question, separate the goals. When I asked that simple piece, and it was written, if you look in my packet, it was written, that cannot get a hearing. I asked the question, why can't you get a hearing? We got this huge disparity. It cannot get a hearing. It cannot even get ground and traction to separate men and minorities. I'm sorry, women and minorities. Because it's necessary. We're talking jobs. Because if I'm putting 18.4 cents in every time I pump a gallon, and you guys are getting that money from the federal government back, we need to be able to participate in it. Because regardless of your education, that's one of the jobs that if you have a strong back, you're willing to work hard, long hours, get dirty, you got a chance of succeeding without a college degree. And by the way, if I want to get $100,000 to go to college, I can just walk into the financial aid office. Want to get $100,000 to start a business? Well, let's see. You got your firstborn, your secondborn. We want all your financials. It goes on and on and on. So when you look at it, these jobs are necessary. We need to get those dirty jobs through MnDOT into our communities. And unfortunately, when I asked Kevin Lindsay, I said, well, Kevin Lindsay, how are you tracking the dollars that are coming in that the contractors aren't getting? Are they hiring people of color? He told me that's not something they do. They don't track those dollars. So we're at another problem. I said, well, let's see if we can get the waiver. We're trying to get the waiver. I don't understand what we're going to have to do to change the political system to make it so that we get some money out of the system. But here goes the one. How many of you guys played the lottery? I played it, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not going to deny it. Where does the lottery proceeds go when the losses that are generated? From my understanding, 46 cents of every dollar played on the lottery goes to natural resources and other programs. Now, a couple years ago, I did a study. It's in here. And what prompted me to do the study was I wanted the lottery to sponsor something like a We Fest in the black community. They told me they couldn't do it. I said, well, why not? I know everybody plays the lottery. A lot of people play the lottery. But turns out, the lottery doesn't sponsor things with less than 50,000 people. They didn't want to get involved. So they're willing to sponsor We Fest, but not Juneteenth, not Rondo Days. So I'm like, well, we got to do something about this. So again, I had the legislation written. Senator John Bauer wrote it. Now here's the real kicker that I really thought was interesting.
Okay, and sir, once you give us the kicker, we gotta,
That's okay.
we might have to kick you. We gotta get on. You're over 5 minutes.
Well, you know, I don't mind you kicking me because I waited here a long time, but the kicker is that's considered a regressive tax on poor people. And we need to look at that. And my position is that we have to reappropriate. I don't need to have more grants written out. I don't need to have more money go to the training programs. But if we reappropriate where the money is already being spent so that the African American and other minority communities participate in a pro rata sharing of the lottery proceeds, where if it's generated in North Minneapolis, those are the things that we look for in our processes. How do you reappropriate so that you have the same factors that are used to create sustainable lives in the white communities across this state can be done in the black and other minority communities?
Okay, well, thank you, sir. We will keep that in mind, and we appreciate you bringing it forward. Thank you for your testimony.